Olá, bem-vindo ao canal Short News. O Short News é uma playlist de resumo e cortes de notícias do Brasil e do mundo. Então se inscreva no canal e veja nossa playlist. Além disso, temos muito mais. Veja lá, venha conhecer. E agora vamos para a notícia. Bem-vindo ao canal Short News. Hoje vamos trazer uma notícia da China. O vírus HMPV está levantando preocupações no mundo todo. Veja agora na reportagem do canal SBC News.
Very much for staying with us. A viral illness in China known as the human metapneumovirus is causing concern due to its similarities with the COVID-19 outbreak. Government says it's keeping a close eye on developments on the respiratory virus. Joining us to discuss this further is Professor Tulio de Oliveira. Now, he's specifically the COVID-19 scientist and Stellenbosch University researcher, quite celebrated and won, in fact, an award. Professor, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. So this respiratory virus has many concerned, and given where we come from and how COVID started, one would say perhaps it's justified, but government was quick to come out and allay everyone's fears, stating that they're keeping a close eye on developments in China, but as far as they're concerned, or at least from what they know at this point, it's not a cause for concern. Should we be worried at all?
First, good evening or good afternoon to you and all your viewers. Yes, I think that the government is right. At the moment we have no reason to be concerned. This virus, the human metapneumovirus, or HMPV for short, is a virus that we know for decades. It have firstly been identified in the Netherlands, around 2001. But going back is known to be caused human infection since the 50s. So it's one of the many viruses that cause what we call the common cold, which is normally associated with not very strong symptoms. What is happening in China at the moment, and not only in China, other countries are happening the same, is that they are in the what you call the winter respiratory wave. So China is in the northern hemisphere. They're having a severe winter, and they are being hit by multiple viruses, but none of big concern. What we are talking is about flu, we are talking about RSV, the human metapneumovirus and COVID. And when you're hit by multiple viruses, sometimes you tend to have multiple people presenting at the same time at a hospital. But with the China CDC highlighted, that was expected, and that it is not a very severe wave of infection. Of course, that 5 years after the pandemic, people get quite aware when they see some epidemics happen in China.
So you're saying that it's not uncommon, especially during this time of the year in China?
Is not only uncommon only in China. So, for example, another country that's very well known to South Africa, the United Kingdom, this week they are also in the peak of the respiratory infection. They have what they call a quademic. This means an epidemic caused by 4 different viruses. In the case, is not the same one in China, or 3 of them are similar: flu, RSV, and COVID. And this week they have the highest number of hospitalized people, with close to 6,000 people. So what's happening is that in certain countries the winters are getting more severe with global change, and also the population is less vaccinated. For example, again, RSV, COVID and influenza, and that tend to get greater pressure at the hospitals. And for South Africa, what we should do, it is to prepare for our winter wave. We know that the first virus that will hit us is around the beginning of February. That is RSV. That's normally with children. That's children go back to school. And just to be prepared, what it means when people develop a cough or a cold, try not to socialize, especially after the big socialization of the end of the year. And people that's likely to develop disease, like people with advanced age, to get vaccinated for the flu, for example, before the winter wave.
The RSV virus just last year, for some they said it was quite poorly handled, or at least it affected a lot of children. Some even died. What needs to happen this time around for just, be it parents or even just the system, to prepare itself for this virus?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so what's happened, past COVID is that some of this virus, they were circulating at much lower levels, so people had less immunity. That's why last year we had a quite severe wave of RSV, which normally tend to start in the first or second week of February. Yeah, the good news is that there is a vaccine, a very efficient vaccine has been developed for RSV for both of the strains. It's called strain A and strain B. Yeah, and also to be aware, if possible, to vaccinate children, but also to be aware if a child starts developing some cough and cold symptoms, to control that, it tend not to be very severe, but also avoiding sending the child to school, so to stop continuous the chain of infections.
All right, Professor, thank you very much for your time this evening. That is Professor Tulio de Oliveira, COVID-19 scientist at Stellenbosch University.